Dan Willis here, and we're talking about Harvard Collection Services and specifically how to negotiate and settle a Harvard collection. Now, if you've been keeping up with us, we only want to enter into negotiations after we've requested validation and received it, and of course, investigated the statute of limitations. Now, the big key when it comes to negotiating with any collection agency is don't pay the full balance. Very often and typically, you'll be able to settle your account for as little as 10% up to 40% of the balance. This will depend on a few factors. The most important is how old is your account. The older it is, the less you're likely to have to pay. If it's brand new, you're going to generally have to pay a little bit more. But with an example of $1,000 debt, you very well may be able to settle that account for just $200 or 20%. Now, before you make payment, please, especially if you saw this other video of ours, we want to avoid getting slapped with a paid collection, because as we shared, a paid collection on your credit report is very often going to result in you having a lower credit score. We need to avoid that. So in exchange for your payment and before you make payment, you need to get Harvard Collection Services to agree that in exchange for your payment, they'll stop reporting your account information to all three of the credit bureaus. Otherwise, you're going to get slapped with that paid collection. As we shared, that paid collection is often viewed by the FICO credit scoring algorithm as recent activity, like you recently just messed up. So if you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll free 1-877-418-7596. Now, this next section, we're going to talk about actually how to get that collection listing off of your credit report. And this is going to require us to utilize and deploy more of your consumer rights, specifically those under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA. This legislation passed way back in 1970 gives you the right, and every consumer, the right to dispute any item on your credit report so long as you believe it's inaccurate, questionable, or made in error. We're going to dispute this Harvard Collection Services listing. Now, there's three ways to file your dispute: one online, over the phone, or three old-fashioned snail mail. Once the credit bureaus receive your dispute and deem it valid, they're going to conduct an investigation by contacting Harvard Collection Services and asking for them to verify your account. As per your settlement agreement with Harvard Collection Services, they're not going to verify your account during the credit bureau investigation. And in accordance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, this means the credit bureaus will have to remove that account from your credit report, thus clearing up your credit history and specifically your payment history, which is the biggest 35% of your FICO score. That is the biggest factor when it comes to your credit score. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll free 1-877-418-7596. Now, let's just be frank about this. We know with absolute certainty collection agencies do not follow the rules or the laws with any regularity. You can see evidence of this every single year by the substantial and significant FTC fines to violators in this industry. Now, we all want to believe the credit bureaus actually give a flip about you or me, but they don't. The credit bureaus have been just as guilty of violating consumer rights repeatedly, and they've paid fines to the FTC over and over and over and over again. As we've shared in some other videos, Julie Miller, a woman in Oregon, was recently awarded over $18 million against one of the Equifax credit bureau because she had errors on her credit report and they were not fixing them. She was doing everything she was supposed to according to the letter of the law, and it was just being ignored and disregarded. Now, we encourage our members, especially if you're navigating these worlds, we encourage our members to consider professional, legitimate, and legal credit score help. Specifically, in one of the best firms is the Credit Pros. They've helped their clients remove collections, late payments, charge-offs, repossessions, foreclosures, even bankruptcies from their credit reports, and of course, tax liens and more. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit consultation by calling toll free 1-877-418-7596. Again, that's for a free credit consultation, and the toll-free phone number is 1-877-418-7596. This is Dan Willis. We're going to include a link in the description below over to an article at our website for the full scoop on dealing with Harvard Collection Services. We also have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. Please subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.